Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy E, 1/3 of the High Press Podcast. And I'm here with my cousin Bijan. What's up, baby?
What's up? What's up? Glad to be back.
Literally back. We literally just recorded last week's show, and we're gonna pre-record this one so y'all can get off our fucking backs and say stop being such potheads and give us episodes. The
That's
fans
right. We
want
back.
episodes. We're gonna give you episodes, right?
Episodes on episodes on episodes.
They wanted me. I try to get out, but they keep pulling me back in.
That's right.
So on the last episode 6, we talked about all of the league reviews. We went through EPL, La Liga, League One, Serie A, Bundesliga. Go check that out. It's on the YouTube channel right now. Search High Press Podcast. You'll see it. It's the big soccer ball with a fucking weed leaf on it. You can't miss it, right?
Can't miss it.
All right. So we got another nice show for y'all, man. Obviously, the season's over, right? So what is it time for? But matter of fact, what are you doing? Are you doing dishes right now? Does your girl have you doing dishes while you're recording a podcast?
No. I got the munchies, so I was snacking.
All right. What are you eating right now? What's your snack of choice right now?
Lo mein.
Oh, all right. Wait, hold on. This is key. What type of lo mein?
I don't know. My girlfriend made it, and it's delicious.
No. But like, is it beef, chicken, or shrimp?
It's chicken lo mein.
Okay, chicken lo mein. Okay.
It's delicious with soba noodles.
I usually go with the beef lo mein because sometimes that Chinese food chicken, I don't know if it's chicken or pigeon or squirrel or something. But the beef is usually good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Good to know. Yeah. I actually have I have a half of a personal pie from last night. So I had some friends in. Shout out to Jay Riddle, Kelly, Tanner, and Devin from Atlanta United Unrelegated podcast and Atlanta Fan TV. They came up for the Red Bull games. I took them out, tailgating and all of that shit. But one of my other boys, shout out to Alexis from the Soccer Cooligans. He's like, he has like these pizza tours. Like people pay him for him to take them around the city to the best pizza spots.
Oh, it's amazing.
So yeah, like that's his thing. Like that's my guy, and he knows the spots because he told us a place in Harlem. It's called Soto Casa. It's on 130. No, it's on 121st, I believe, in Harlem and Lenox. This pizza is magnifique.
Oh man,
magnifique. We actually went there twice, bro. We went there Friday night and we went there last night. It was that
wow. Good. Damn.
Yeah, son, that shit is crazy.
I missed that in my life.
I know, man. Everybody like I talk to, is like, Chicago pizza is just as good as New York. You live in Chicago now. Can you shoot down that fucking rumor, please?
Yeah, it's a lie.
This shit is trash, right? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, if they're referring to deep dish, it's not even pizza. It's like
that shit is like
else.
Lasagna, bro. That shit is like lasagna, son.
Deep dish is good. I love me some deep dish. I'm not gonna hate on deep dish, but it's not comparable to New York pizza.
It's like that deep dish, like you gotta be like a real Galvon, like like the Italians say, like you gotta be a real fat nigga to, you know what I'm saying, to eat a whole pie of that. It's just too much, man.
Yeah.
I like
can't eat a whole pie of that.
Man.
No,
yeah.
you have like one slice of that or two tops.
Yeah, nah, son. They bugging with that. That debate is shut down, bro.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, remember when we went to the Jesus and Mero show and they had that debate with the crowd?
Yep. They're in denial.
They're in denial. Yeah. Jesus and Mero got on stage and they was like, so we ain't gonna talk about how deep dish is actually trash and New York pizza is the best. The whole crowd was like, whoa.
They're prideful in their pizza, but
they are, man. Man.
It needs to step up.
So from pizza, we're going to segue somehow. I don't even know how this is going to segue, but we're going to go to transfer rumors, right? Because I guess just like pizza, it's made from dough and everybody wants it. So
Oh
it's kind of
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like transfer rumors, right?
Right. Or yeah, and we could start in Italy too if you'd like.
And we can start in Italy, yo. That's bars right there, son. This is what you call a back and forth right here,
It's
baby. This is
right
how we
there.
do it, man. All right, so yeah, so you know what? Why don't we start in Italy, right? So what's the biggest transfer rumor coming out of the Italian league?
I mean, I guess it would have to involve Juve, and I mean, I've heard James and Juve have been thrown around quite a bit, you
Right,
know.
but he's still technically a Real Madrid player, though, right? Correct.
But does Zidane want him?
I don't know why he
That's the
wouldn't.
question.
But
But
but but
did
but, but yeah. But then again, he played for Zidane already, and that's the reason why he got sent to
exactly.
Bayern Munich. So you know what?
So,
You might be right.
but Juve, I can't really see Juve spending big money on James either because that's not really Juve's thing. Yeah, they broke protocol and
And
bought
got Cristiano.
Cristiano,
Right.
but that they don't really spend big in the transfer market. But then again, how much is James really gonna command with 1 year left on his deal?
Right. I mean, well, so when he went to Madrid, I think he cost what 63 million,
Yeah, right around there. And
and that was a while ago. That was in what 2014.
yeah, I was off of his
That
amazing
World
World
Cup
Cup season.
performance. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he kind of his shit got inflated after he was killing niggas in the
Oh
World
yeah.
Cup. I had
But
that. Also, yeah. So also Byron is in there as well, though. Byron don't want to let him go. Like they also
I
are
don't.
going to be putting a bid in.
Yeah, they should definitely want to be keeping him. I mean, he was an integral part of their run towards the end of the season to win the league.
So do you think he's more likely to go to stay at Byron or go to Juve? What would if you had to put money on it? What would you say?
I don't know. I mean, he's successful at Bayern. He's playing well again. I mean, I don't see why he would want to leave, but I guess I guess I could see him going to Juve because that's more in line with his culture, so to speak. I don't know, really. I mean, he's Colombian. They like that nice weather that Italy offers, and
Right.
I could see
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
going there. And
Definitely.
the Italian culture is more in line with like kind of that Latin culture vibe. I could see that. Spanish is very
But
similar to Italian.
would he want to be in Ronaldo's shadow again?
I mean, I guess this is a true test to all those rumors back when they played together in Madrid, whether they got along with each other or not, right? If he goes to Juve, they obviously are cool with each other.
Right, because they wouldn't buy a guy if Ronaldo didn't okay it.
No, yeah, and he would, and James has options too, and he
Right.
wouldn't
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
go
So
to
yeah.
Juve
Right.
if him and Ronaldo didn't get along. So I
Right.
guess
That
it's
is true.
interesting. I'd be interested to follow this one.
Interesting. So we talked about it a little bit on the podcast last week, but I think another one in Italy is Mario Icardi. Where does he end up?
I was saying earlier, I think he goes to Atletico. I think that's well, I don't think he goes there, but I think that's a perfect spot
Amazing
for him
fit
to
for him.
land.
Right. I don't know. I think he's definitely leaving Inter. I think that's pretty clear, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
that's
got it. But
pretty
hold on,
fucking clear.
I do want to actually go back to Icardi and
Right.
do note that while he did have an affair with his teammate's girlfriend or wife at the time, he did marry her. So maybe it was just love. It has no boundaries and can't be contained. I don't know.
I guess, right? I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, we absolutely shit on him on last episode of the
Yeah,
podcast.
but
So
they
this
did
one we're
get
gonna be a little
married.
bit more reserved. All
So
right. So
you know.
he fucked his man's girl, but he married her after. So it's not that bad. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's still bad, but I mean, I don't know. They're in love. They were
They're in
truly
love.
in love, I guess.
All right,
And she's his
whatever.
agent now too.
Which is also weird, but whatever. So I'm looking online, and it says that his wife Wanda Nara denied the Juve rumors. So apparently Juve was in on Icardi. What about that? Also says that Manchester United might be interested in him as well. because I'm sure he's not going to command such a crazy fee. He's definitely going to go for less than what he's actually worth, right? Like I
He's
would
got to.
assume,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because it's like Inter Milan have no bargaining chips.
No, no,
He
no,
didn't
no.
play with y'all for the last fucking half of the year. His
Yeah.
wife is saying, "Yeah, we're leaving. We're trash. We're ready to go." Like, so
Yep.
what can they really demand?
I mean, I think he'll still go for a relatively nice fee.
He's 26 years old too, bro. Like, it's not
Yeah.
like he's washed up. He's young, man.
He'll go for something decent. Not obviously not maximum dollars that Inter could have gotten from him, but Juve, that could be another really nice fit for him.
I mean, yeah, it
I
would,
think
and
Juve would be great fit for him.
obviously he would definitely, he would definitely help Man United because they have trouble scoring goals. Romelu Lukaku was extremely bad this year. Um, so a matter of fact, we could even talk about Lukaku now. They're saying people are saying that United want to get rid of him.
I mean, I could see it. He's been shit for them. I mean, at least this season he was. But then again, all of United's been shit this season.
Exactly. I'm biased. I'm a Everton fan, and I love Romelu Lukaku. Like I got a special place in my heart for the big Rom. You know what I'm saying? But he did have a horrible season this year. But it wasn't all his fault. I think they made him play in a way that he wasn't used to, right? He's used to being the sole focus on Everton for all these years, and that's why he was able to score 25 goals because he knew that nobody else was going to shoot. As opposed to Man United, they needed him to be more of a back to the back, a back to the goal layoff guy for Rashford and Lingard,
Yeah.
and Martial coming off the wings because they have other guys that can do it besides him. So I think when he's not the focal point, I don't think it's that he gets I don't think it's that he loses like focus or he's not talented. I just think that he gets like discouraged because he wants to score goals, bro. Like he's a true goal scorer. He proved that at Everton. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Anybody that scores 25 goals 3 years in a row is the fucking man. Like,
Yeah, no, he's a guy can score goals. And I think that United, I don't think he ever should have gone to United.
me neither.
But
Me
I don't
neither.
think I think United just they're using he is playing out of position. So yeah, I was maybe a little harsh at saying he had a shit season. Well, while he did play out of position probably for
Right.
like all the whole season. Because you're right, he is a pure striker, pure goals. The guy he has a nose for the goal. He's gonna win headers and score headers. He's gonna take powerful shots inside the box. He's gonna outmuscle defenders and win like a cross. That's Lukaku. And United did not use him that way, and which is crazy because they have the wingers to do that. They have Martial, they have Rashford.
Exactly. Yeah.
Rashford and
Like
them can play that way. So
you would have think he would have fit.
I think instead of asking Lukaku to play a different way, they should have asked Rashford and Martial to be playing another way. And,
Right.
and
I
what the
mean,
fuck happened to Martial, by the way?
yeah, right. Well, that's the reason why he wants out. He's been rumored out like all season. Like both when Jose was the coach, like he's been wanted out. I personally think he probably wants to go back to France, bro. That was where he had the most success.
I heard that the United's owner person like he won't get rid of Martial because he thinks Martial's like the next Messi. Like he's convinced of it.
He is a
I
great
heard a
player,
story
though.
about that. He's
Oh,
amazing.
word?
He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
touted as like the next big thing before Mbappe just came out.
I mean, so it's definitely interesting to see what's going to happen at United because United have all these rumors around them. Paul Pogba to Real Madrid. Do you think that's going to happen?
Possibly, but I could also kind of see him going back to Juve.
Going back to Juve, right?
Yeah.
But will Juve pay the money though? That's the thing. What the reason I think it could happen is I think because possibly Real could do a swap with Man United. They send Bale to United and Paul Pogba goes back, and then they just
Mm-hmm.
figure out the side money between the two. But it's essentially a trade, which doesn't happen in soccer. Well, it happens in Major League Soccer, but it doesn't happen in European soccer.
Nah,
But that
yeah,
kind of makes sense, no?
I could see that happening for sure.
Because Man United was in on Gareth Bale before he went to Real
Yeah,
Madrid.
United Gareth Bale is definitely a signing that United would love to make. Love that. That's a signing that United actually kind of need to make. Get rid of some of their dead weight. Bring a guy back who kind of feels like he has something to prove, and who's amazing and world class. But the question is, how, does Gareth Bale want Europe Champions League?
Right. Well,
Because
if he wants Champions League, he's not going to get it the first season. He'll get Europa, and then I would assume, he'd be fine playing in Europa for 1 year if the team bought other guys, and then he knew
yeah,
that they were going
yeah,
to challenge next season.
it's true. It's better than not playing what he's
Right,
doing
yeah,
now.
right. But United is definitely going to be so. Like, I think that's the most important team this year, or this all season, because they're going to unload players to bring players on. So it's going to be a lot of moving parts. Very, very interesting. Also
Yeah.
with Gareth Bale, we were talking about Spurs as a possibility as well. Spurs
Yep.
have also been linked with Ryan Sessegnon from Fulham. Fulham is going down. Spurs coveted him, I believe, last year too, but I think Fulham won $30 million for him, and he didn't have the best, year this
No.
year. Granted, it wasn't really his fault. Plus, he's like fucking 20 years old. Like,
Yeah, he's
you
real
can't put
young.
that on a kid. But who do you think has the bigger chance of going to Spurs, Sessegnon or Gareth Bale?
I think Bale, to be honest. Well,
Really?
yeah, I think Bale because Sessegnon is gonna. I personally do think Sessegnon is gonna be a very hot commodity. Being that fact that he is so young, granted he didn't have a great season, but he did have a full season of first team football,
Right, and
and
his
in the
team,
Premier
they're
League,
yeah, and they're getting relegated, so they have to sell
they
him.
have to sell him, and
You
he's
know,
British, so people are gonna want that young talent in their team. So he was actually apparently a Liverpool fan, and I do know that Liverpool were
ooh,
interested in him a couple years ago, and they didn't end up getting him because Fulham didn't want to sell, and then we got Joe Gomez instead.
and
So
matter of fact, yeah, actually, you know what? That's true. But I do think I think Joe Gomez is actually better than Sessegnon. Well,
I
he's a
mean,
better defender. Better
defender, yeah,
defender
because Sessegnon is very
is
versatile, which is
good, and he's great going forward. He could
yeah,
actually play wingers at times.
exactly, which is kind of why. But then again, Liverpool have Trent for that too. So like, I don't really know if they're gonna go after Sessegnon, but I think he would be an interesting player for us to have as well, for
Mm,
Liverpool to go after. So I think Session's gonna be it's gonna be interesting where he ends up, but he's definitely gonna have suitors beyond just Spurs.
interesting. And what do you think comes of Harry Kane? You think he stays with like this whole injury? I think that Real Madrid shit kind of died down with Harry
Yeah,
Kane. No.
Harry Kane stays. I think Harry Kane stays, and I think I don't like Harry Kane, but I think he's one of those guys that will stay. Is gonna be like at Spurs for a long time.
Mm. Let's see who else we got. Let's stay in La Liga. Antoine Griezmann. We talked about him on just a couple minutes ago on a previous podcast, but we're putting this out next week, so we're just going to talk about him again.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's pretty much sealed that he's going to Barcelona. No,
Yeah, I would think
is
so.
is there any chance that anybody else jumps in and hijacks it?
Possibly. I mean, it's potential, but I think he wants to go to Barcelona. So I don't,
Right. Like he
you
he
know.
seems he seems like a Barcelona player, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Griezmann
Like,
is definitely
yeah,
that
like his
guy.
style, like he's like that pretty boy type,
Yeah.
like plays tiki taka and shit. He likes moving
Yeah.
off the ball,
He
you
likes to
know.
party and shit. So
Right.
Barcelona's right up his alley. I think he's gonna be in Barca.
Yeah.
Funny story though. Apparently Griezmann tried to. You know how he did his whole La Decisión last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Some
apparently he
bullshit.
tried to do that shit again this year. And Atletico was like, nah, bro. And then they just released the report. Atletico released the report themselves so that Griezmann couldn't do that shit again.
And wasn't it rumored that he did two? He filmed two of them. He filmed one of them, him going to Atletico Madrid, and the other, I think it was Barca, because he didn't know which one he was gonna pick. So he filmed two shows just to make sure, because the producers they needed time to edit everything. So like he filmed
Griezmann.
two of them, and he ended up staying with Atletico Madrid 1 year, thinking that they could possibly make that run because they saw Real Madrid was gonna fall off a little bit, and Barca was a little on the rocks or whatever.
Mm.
So that is very interesting.
Fucking
He's a character.
Griezmann.
He's
Yeah.
nice though. He's nice.
Yeah, he is
If he
nice.
goes to Barcelona, so where does he play if he goes to Barcelona? Does he play? Does he like? Because I guess he would take Suarez's spot. What is that?
No, I think he
No,
would take. Honestly, I think he would take Coutinho's spot.
but didn't Coutinho already lose his spot?
Well, Coutinho was playing though, because he was in their starting Champions League lineups. So
Wait, so
like,
who do they have up front? They got Suarez up front. They got a Dembele on one side, right? They got Messi in the middle. They got I guess Coutinho, yeah. But they also have what's the dude they bought from Bordeaux that was a bust? The
Malcolm.
yeah, Malcolm, the Brazilian kid. They got
Um,
him. He played a little bit.
Honestly, I could see two things. Actually, I could see either Griezmann taking Coutinho out or taking out whoever's on that left wing spot because Griezmann could play there, or I could see them having Messi drop back to playing like an attacking center midfield role, like an attacking 10, and then having Griezmann play like a false 9, and then having him and Messi interchange
Right,
with each
play
other.
oh my god, that'll be
I could
fucking.
definitely see that because Griezmann could play that attacking 10 role too.
That'll be a nightmare, bro.
Yeah, I could definitely. That's probably what's gonna happen.
That'll be a nightmare. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
To another big transfer that everybody is talking about, Koulibaly or Koulibaly.
Koulibaly, dude.
Where does he go?
I think Koulibaly is probably my favorite player. I have to go out and say that this guy is like, you don't hear anything about this guy. I don't know anything about him, but he's amazing.
Supposedly, Man United are prepping a 97 million pound bid for Koulibaly, but I believe his buyout clause is like 120, some crazy shit. Yo, Napoli is gonna
I hope that doesn't
bank,
happen.
bro.
I really hope
Napoli
that
is
doesn't
gonna
happen.
bank.
I do not want to see Koulibaly in the Premier League at all.
Yeah, that's dangerous. I mean, but yo, at that price, Napoli has to sell him, right?
Yeah,
That's a lot of fucking money, bro.
yeah, because
97 million pounds for
they're
a defender. That's more than Van Dijk.
yeah, you're getting almost 25 million more than Van Dijk at that.
Oh my god.
So that's a big statement right there. So Napoli's definitely got to take that money.
Yeah, Koulibaly. Yeah, I mean that's what everybody's saying, man. Man United. Let me see what else do I got on here. So Wilfried Zaha told Crystal Palace, "Fuck off. I'm going to Arsenal. Arsenal want to sign him, but they don't want to pay the fee that Crystal Palace wants. I believe Palace want like 60 or 80 mil,
They
and
should.
Arsenal want to pay like 40. I think.
I mean, 80's a lot, but I mean, Zaha's nice. Zaha's really good player. I think he's British. He's British, right?
Zaha is he? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We don't necessarily fact check on the High Press podcast.
He might be. I think he is.
All right, hold on. Let's go to Wikipedia. So his name is Dazet Wilfred Armel Zaha.
So he's definitely not really British.
No, he's from the Ivory Coast. He's
okay.
Ivorian.
He's Ivorian.
So he played. Oh, so you probably thought this, right? He played U19, U21, and I think he played 2 friendlies for the English national team, but I think they were only friendlies. And
so
then he switched over to Ivory Coast, probably because whatever. Yeah. So and he's made, I believe, 9 caps since 2007. For Ivory Coast. So if he comes from a long line of Ivory Coast men, the famous Touré brothers, right? Yaya and Kolo, our man Francois.
Mm-hmm.
The legend that is Francois Touré.
Another high press legend.
Another high press legend. He's definitely on the team. Him, Troy Deeney's on the team. Fucking, we still haven't. Look, we are such fucking pieheads, bro.
Arda Turan on the team.
Yeah, Arda Turan, yeah, because he shoot guns in hospitals. Yeah, he's wild. we still haven't put together our full High Press Podcast 11. We have like 6 guys for like 2 years. Right? We still haven't put it together. You know what? We're gonna work on that.
Yeah,
We're gonna
we
work
will.
on
We that high press starting 11, All Star 11 will be coming.
yeah. No, actually, that idea. So that came. Well, I don't know if it. Yeah. So pretty much the Total Shocker show. Shout out to Daryl and Tara. Daryl and Taylor. Great fucking podcast. They do like these starting 11s. Like I remember they did like a Star Wars starting 11. So like if the Star Wars characters were soccer players.
Mm.
Like, where would they play? I think they did one for like Game of Thrones and shit, so we're gonna do it something of that ilk. But it's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be all fuckery related.
that's right.
Like only
Complete fuckery.
goons and criminals on our squad.
That's
Cause that's how we roll, man. That's how we
it. High
roll.
press.
High press. So before we wrap up this transfer segment, I want to talk about one more. Well, a team actually. What happens to the Holland Giants? What happens to Ajax, bro? Frankie De Jong is already on his way to Barcelona. That's why we didn't even talk about him,
He's
right?
gone.
But Matthias De Ligt most likely gone. David Neres most likely gone. Zelich or Zerich, whatever his name is, that dude is
Yep.
nice. He's going somewhere
He's
too.
gone.
Like
Yep.
what? It sucks, man, because like a team like that shows that you don't need to have big money guys to win. Like I think the whole club payroll between like academy teams and shit was something like $28 million.
Yeah, it's insane. And they do
Like
this year in year out.
year in and year
They
out, and they're
pump talent.
routinely in the Champions League, bro. They fucking were right there. If they didn't blow that game, like they're in
Yeah.
Champions League with this roster, and it's
Yep.
guys that they build from the bottom up. So it sucks
And young
that
guys.
the young guys, and it sucks that they're going to lose these type of players. But that's been their business model
They do
forever.
that year. Yeah, they do that. They will find. Like we were saying, I don't know. Remember which team we were talking about
We were
before that they'll
talking
find?
about Dortmund.
Dortmund.
We were talking about Dortmund.
Ajax, same way. They will find someone else, and they will sell him for another big fee.
Right?
It
Yeah,
will come.
yeah.
That's just what they do.
They'll buy somebody for 200,000 and
Yep.
and sell him for 50 mil.
It's exactly what Ajax do.
All right, so Frankie De Jong, Barca, Matthias De Ligt, where you think he's going?
So De Ligt actually. So the Liverpool fan boards are chomping are chomping at the bit right now for De Ligt.
Everybody is though, bro.
Yeah, well, one of the Liverpool's journalists actually came out recently and said that Liverpool are not in for De Ligt.
Right.
So with the fuckery being, fandom, Liverpool fans then tied that to his last time he came out and said Liverpool weren't going in for a player, which was Alisson. And then Liverpool actually went and got Alisson. So
so people are like, "Ooh, conspiracy." Ooh,
there's some little whispers going on right now about De Ligt in Liverpool circles, but we got to monitor that one because everyone is going to want De Ligt.
Yeah. So as of 10 hours ago, he's been linked with Barcelona, Juve, PSG, Bayern Munich, like, all of the top guys. He's an 18-year-old beast of a center back.
Yeah.
Proved his worth in Champions League,
I think
and he's going to go for a bunch too. They're going to break bank for him.
I think PSG is not going to get him. I think we can pretty much eliminate PSG and Juventus from this conversation. Mm-hmm. They might be rumored to be in for him, but they're not going to get him. I mean, I think Bayern's an interesting one though. I could see that. But I think
you think so?
I could see that. I think De Ligt would either go to the Premier League, Barcelona with his boy, or Bayern.
Or Germany.
Yeah. But he did express, some concern about playing time at Barcelona. So that could be, a little something that hurts them in the end.
Right. If he's gonna leave Ajax, he obviously wants to play. He wants to get paid and he wants to play.
Yep.
Yeah. What about the last guy from Ajax, David Neres, the Brazilian? So he's been linked with Everton forever because Marcel Brands, was the one that kind of like brought him into the fold. He brought him over to Holland and shit. So he has like a relationship or whatever, and he's been linked with Liverpool. Dum dum dum. He's been linked with
Interesting.
Chelsea. So basically all Premier League teams though. So one, do you think David Neres is actually that good? And who does he go to?
I mean, I haven't watched him play all that much, but
It's
the,
rumored he's going for about 40, 50 mil.
which seems like which was a lot of money like 2 years ago, but now that seems just like what you would pay for an average player. But but I don't know. I feel like Neres is an average player that has moments of brilliance. So I
Bro,
don't know.
12 goals, 15 assists in all competitions, 22-year-old Brazilian. Those
Oof.
numbers sound real good, man.
That wow, yeah. I mean, can't argue with that.
Like
Uh,
granted, he did play in Holland. They're not the renowned for their defense, right? But
that's
yo,
true.
12 goals, 15 assists, bro. And it's not like he wasn't doing it in Champions League. He was doing it versus big boys.
Yeah, I mean that
He
whole
was
team.
killing niggas. He was killing. He gave Juve fits, bro.
Yeah. That's gonna be an interesting one. I
I just want him to come to Everton because I just want us to fucking win one for a chance. All right? Can we just get one, man? Like, damn. Everybody always in for our plays, and now everybody's like, "Oh, Richarlison, Barcelona want him too." No, man, you can't fucking have him. I'm tired of this shit, man. I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious he's coming to the Premier League, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Everton, Liverpool, Chelsea, whatever. I think he's coming somewhere. But I just wanted to throw that in there because Ajax, pretty much RIP to this team that they have right now, and they'll
Yep,
remake themselves to next
they'll
year,
be
so it
fine.
doesn't
Yeah.
really matter. Yeah, whatever. Speaking of transfers and teams and big clubs and small clubs, you wanted to make it a point to talk about financial fair play on this episode. So we're going to segue to that. What do you got to say about the whole Manchester City financial fair play thing?
Yeah, I think this is a very interesting situation that's
Why?
that's developing because you always hear these things about financial fair play and that it's a joke and that you get around it and all of that. And City has been getting around it, but I actually think this might be the time where they get fucked. And so they're essentially they've been found guilty, or not, they haven't been found guilty yet, but they're essentially being accused of inflating their club's revenue um to make it okay for them to make all these $500 million spent expenditures on players. So
Right.
that's one of the things that's they're being accused of. They're also being accused of paying Pep off the books, um, which is another big no-no because Pep is already getting paid a shit ton of money.
Right.
So then paying him off the books on top of that, um, that's another big serious allegation on their
And
end.
and also it's because reports were leaked that they did the same thing with former manager Roberto Mancini, right?
Yep. So like
And then, oh, no, go ahead.
no, and then what?
No, I was gonna say, and then during the press conference, when they beat Watford in the FA Cup, Pep actually went off on a
Yep.
reporter for asking him the question about financial fair play. Basically, he asked Pep straight up, "Yo, did they? There's been reports that they paid off Mancini last year to kind of look the other way. Did they do the same with you?" And Pep was like, "Are you serious? Like, this is the fucking question you're gonna ask me when my team just won the domestic treble? Like, you
Yep.
dickhead! Like, he wanted to say that, but he couldn't." You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Well, let me tell you
Like,
something. I think Pep's really took really real offense to that because it's honestly it's true. I think there's another report that came out about the payments made to Pep. So apparently, Man City bought, what was the club? They bought some club in Spain. the Abu Dhabi group, whatever. They
Right.
bought some club in Spain. I think it's Girona.
Mm-hmm.
So they bought Girona, and they then gave a 50% ownership stake to Pep's agent and Pep's brother. Why
Mm.
would they do that? You're
Mm.
just gonna give them that like Pep's not gonna see
Right,
that, right?
for nothing, right? Yeah, for nothing.
So
Just like,
and
oh, you know what? You're a great coach. We're gonna give you 50% of a fucking Spanish club,
yep,
right?
and not even the coach, his brother and his agent.
Well, obviously, because they can't give it directly to Pep
Yep,
because that looks crazy shady. But his brother is close enough to where where
where
there's
it's
smoke,
still
there's
shady,
fire,
yeah.
right? Yeah, it's still
So
shady.
that's another like. So I think that's Pep is like a little offense to that because this report just came out, and there might be it's looking like there might be some truth to that. And then
Interesting.
another reason why I think City is in particularly hot water with FFP, and this is I think might even be the reason that they might get fucked the most is because the um one of the PSG owners is on the board for FFP, and PSG hates the city owners. So, and this goes back to like geopolitical. This goes back to like
Oh, so
geopolitical
it's
reasons.
like yeah,
Yeah.
some hate shit. They're like, you know what? We can skirt around the financial fair play rules, but y'all can't.
Yep. And then this goes back to like right now, Qatar and United Arab Emirates are in a political spat with each other and some blockade that's going on in the Middle Eastern region. And obviously, the Qatari owners and the Man City owners are deeply entrenched in their country's politics. So I could see this little war of attrition going on and spilling over into this as well. Just,
Interesting,
I mean,
interesting.
there's no really merit to that. It's just my theory on this, but
Right.
I,
Plus, you're also a Liverpool fan, and you're fucking salty that they just beat you out for the Premier League. So you wanted to slander Pep name. I get it. I understand. I feel you.
but it's out there. It's out there.
Petty Wop over here, right? But no, yeah, yeah, but yeah. I mean, it is rumors, and supposedly, they could face a 1 year Champions League ban, right? If
That's
they get
right.
caught, if they get caught,
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, not like it would matter because I mean, City doesn't win the Champions League anyway. So,
Ooh, look, yo, he's
sorry, I'm getting
coming
a
in
little
for
hard
the
on myself.
jugular, bro. He's coming in for the jugular city. But yeah, I'm obviously, financial fair play has something that has come into play more recently, right? PSG has been, I believe, in trouble with it.
Yeah.
Chelsea is currently
Chelsea.
fighting the ban. It happened with Barcelona for a time. It happened to Real Madrid too, I think, right?
But I think with Barcelona and Real Madrid, it wasn't financial. It wasn't financial fair play in the sense of what you think of with City and
Right, right,
PSG.
right. Yeah,
It was
it
more
was
so in the
that.
sense that they were tapping up players too young, and they were
Right.
making payments to the agents
To
to
their
make
agents
sure.
or yeah, or like
Yeah,
their cousin or whatever
yeah,
that they come play for them.
yeah. Like what PSG and City are doing is they're inflating their club's revenue with these faux marketing deals to be able to say like, look, we're making this money, so we can spend $200 million on Neymar.
Right, right. Because we're getting 3 billion from
And
this bogus TV
yeah.
contract.
And that's what I don't like. That part is what I say is not right. Like, yeah, obviously what
Interesting.
Barcelona and Madrid are doing isn't right, but that shit happens with every club.
Every right, yeah,
Every
of
club's
course.
gonna do that. But like it's now you're lying about what you're actually making, so now you can like, it's like that's crossing a line that I think FFP needs to be more serious about. And PSG should get slapped with that too.
Well, I mean, well, they say that we were talking about Spurs in the last podcast and how Lucas Moura he only went for like $20 million, and I think it's because they had to get him off the books. Like
Yeah, they had
like
to.
he like they needed to get somebody off the books if they wanted to bring in extra players because they literally couldn't do it
Yeah.
after spending all that money on Neymar and Mbappe, and that's
Uh-huh.
always why people are saying that they might eventually sell Neymar because they might have to. So
Might have.
that is very interesting though.
Yeah, I mean Neymar's their ambassador for the World Cup, so I mean it's I don't know if they would sell him, but they'll get a shit ton of money for him. But
Yeah,
will they get
we'll
what
see.
they paid for him? I don't
No,
think so.
yeah, no. I think it's because he's older. I think he's been hurt a couple times. He hasn't been like in the conversation for best player in the world for like what 3 4 years now, right? Like I believe he finished eighth for the Player of the Year award like last year. So it's like he's still Neymar, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't have that cachet on the field as much, especially because PSG they fucking choke every Champions League.
Hmm.
So yeah, you win France, but just like we said before, it's a fucking farmers league. Like you know what I'm saying? Saint Etienne finished fourth. Like come on, bro, seriously. Like yeah, like me and you could pick up fucking 5 Mexicans on the street and come in 10th place in France. And I don't even play soccer. I'm crazy out of shape. Fuck out of here. Uh,
We'll coach them.
yeah, we'll coach, right? Oh, yo, could you imagine me and you being the coach of a soccer team, bro?
Well, we'd be like sorry with his smoking section.
Oh yeah. We definitely have our own side little tent over there, except it wouldn't be of the tobacco kind. It would be of the green ganja kind. Yes,
Yes.
definitely. So let me see. So next on the topic list, I had the Europa and Champions, but you know what? I think we should do that tomorrow. I think I'll
Yeah.
call you back tomorrow and we'll do a whole show
Love it.
on just that. So I'm gonna skip to the next topic I have because I'm trying to be a little bit more organized. I had topics, I got an outline, I
That's
emailed
right.
it to Bijan before the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying there, all right?
We're
I'm
here. We're here.
fucking trying there, okay?
We're out here
um.
working.
So you know what I wanted to talk about next. We had talked about like young players, and we talked about Real Madrid, and who's gonna come in and come out. So they bought a kid from Man City. I believe it was last year, Brahim Diaz. Have you seen this kid play?
I have not seen him play, but I've heard of Brahim Diaz.
So what have you heard about him?
Dude. I mean, I heard that he's a legit dude. What have you heard about Brahim Diaz?
So I like Madrid. I actually see him play. So he hasn't played a lot this year. I believe he's only made like 4 or 5 appearances for Real Madrid in the league. But he got a start the other day, or actually now it's a few weeks ago versus I forgot who they were playing, but yo, this kid was murdering people, son. His technical skills are ridiculous. So he was doing rainbow flips. He was doing back heel nutmegs. Like he was just cutting through this team, and it was like a pretty good Spanish team too. Like I said, we don't fact check over here, so I don't remember what fucking team it was, but yo, this kid, he's 19 years old, Spanish or youth international. He's left-footed. He could play anywhere across the front four. He could play striker. He could play on the right. He could play on the left. He could play as a central attacking midfielder. I believe City bought him when he was 16 for $200,000, and they
Damn.
flipped him to Real Madrid for I believe what initially was 17 euros, but it could go up to 24 million euros.
Could be a
And
steal.
right, he could be a steal, and he figures so. A lot of people said that the rumor is that they wanted to loan him out next season so he gets more playing time, and he told his agent, "No, fuck that. I'm not going out on loan. I'm staying in Real Madrid and I'm fighting for my playing time." A 19-year-old kid is saying this. Like he could just easily collect that paycheck and
Hmm.
go to whatever some bottom tier Spanish league, be the focus of the team. And he's like, nah, son, I don't want to do that. I came to Real Madrid to be a fucking Real Madrid player, and I like that. I think this Brahim Diaz kid is gonna be nice, bro. Yo, you gotta check his YouTube. Just when we done with this
Hmm.
podcast, go on, son, check his highlights from this year. It's only like 4 games, but bro, kid is fucking insane, son.
He is. I'm watching him right now. He's amazing.
And look, and so something that I think you'll like. So apparently, when City sold him, right, they put a clause in his contract that so they get a 15% sell-on fee if Real Madrid sell him anywhere else. So, he's 19 years old. In a couple of years, if he turns 25 and whatever, somebody else wants to buy him, City get 15% of whatever that astronomical fee is going to be.
But like,
But
where is he gonna go? Like, where Madrid
well,
is the is the echelon,
well,
you know?
what happens if he doesn't turn out to be the player he is? He gets sold for whatever. They get 15% of whatever his fee is going to be, whether he's going to be a fucking Galactico or whether he's going to be another has been guy like another Sandro Ramirez from Barca and shit that everybody was like, oh, he's going to be nice, and then he ended up couldn't even get on the field at fucking Everton, and we didn't even have a striker on the team, but the catch is, if he gets sold to Man United, the fee bumps up to 40%.
Wow, that's hilarious.
City put a clause in. They're like, yo, because apparently, I guess Man United wanted him too. But they're like, listen, if we're gonna sell him, that's fine. But y'all aren't gonna come back, sell him to fucking Manchester United and not give us the same percentage. We want 40%. I thought
that's
that
hilarious.
shit was crazy funny, son. That's like some real petty rivalry shit. Like,
yeah, it is.
They're like, nah, fuck that. I mean, because but nah, supposedly this kid is great. I just saw that game the other day, and I was like, wow, this kid is like, son, the shit he does with the ball is ridiculous.
He's amazing.
I can't even put it into words on this podcast. Look up Brahim Diaz, Real Madrid. You're gonna see.
Need. Yeah.
He has 6
you
goals.
won't regret it.
Yeah, 6 goals and 6 assists in 32 appearances between Real Madrid and Man City's first team. So it's not like he doesn't produce. He's playing for big teams and he's actually producing. So on another transition, I'm getting nice to my transition. Speaking of Man City, Raheem Sterling got an award a few weeks ago, the Integrity and Impact Awards at the BT Sports Industry Awards, basically because he wrote a manifesto kind of urging clubs and teams to do more about the racism in football. And I kind of just wanted to talk about that real quick because that's good for fucking Raheem Sterling, bro. Like, he gets a lot of shit from English fans, and it's only because he's black. Like, it's not because he plays for City, because he was getting it when he played for Liverpool too. But like, especially like all the shit you hear about what happened to Moise Kean and Serie A, and you hear these like stories about Europa games in Ukraine where they're throwing bananas on the field at guys. So he's like one of those like Colin Kaepernick type dudes. He's like, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? We gotta fix this shit because it's not cool. Balotelli would always get stick from Italians. They're like, nah, he's not really Italian though, right? Like, even though he was born there and shit. But so I definitely wanted to shout him out for that. But I also wanted to take the shout out because he took a shot at Liverpool. He was like, and trust me, he's like, we're gonna try our best to close out the season because nobody wants Liverpool to win the title. And you know what? The kid was fucking right.
Fuck Sterling. That's all I can say.
The kid was right. Whenever somebody takes a shot at Liverpool, as an Evertonian, I appreciate it. I respect y'all, but I hate y'all at the same time. So like, I love when people take shots at y'all. This shit makes me happy, man. I don't know. But Sterling had a great year this year too. So it's not like he's like a not known player. He's like one of the best players in the Premier League talking about this. So I think it's definitely going to get more traction. My question to you is, do you think anything is going to change? Like, how? Like, can it change? Like,
no, because it's like an entrenched
thing, it's so
indebted
in a lot of society.
It expands, because it goes across football too. It's not just about,
exactly.
It's not just in the game that it exists. It exists like in these people's daily lives.
It's in society, and that's why
you got to change society. Really,
over, right? It spills over into football, but it just gets publicized. When they're throwing bananas on the field and calling dudes monkeys, and having racist chants like for Moise Kean in Italy. Like, he's an Italian. Like, he's one of y'all, bro. Like, why are you know what I'm saying? Why are you killing this 18-year-old kid? Because he scored on y'all? And what he did after they hit him with the racist shit, when he ran to the supporter section and danced in front of them, yo, I love that shit.
Yeah, that's what you That's what you gotta do. Man,
I
piss them
love
off
that
even
shit.
more.
Like, yo, you know what? Whatever I do, y'all not gonna like me. Y'all not gonna respect me. So I'm gonna just kick your ass, and you
Yeah.
gotta, that's it. Hold that L. You
Yep.
know.
I'm gonna score on you and then go dance in front of you.
Then I'm with yo. Who did that? I was seeing. Matter of fact, we might have talked about it on a podcast. Maybe it was a Thierry Henry. I think he scored a goal, and then I think he ran all the way across the fucking field to the other supporters section and slid
No, that
and
was
people.
Adebayor did that too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, no, no. So that's who it was. That's who it was. Because that's when he was playing for City, right?
Yeah, and they did it to
Yeah, yeah,
Arsenal,
yeah.
but it wasn't a
Then he did it to
racist thing. I
Arsenal. Yeah.
don't. Well, I'm sure there's probably some racism involved too, but damn. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think much can be done until society changes really. But I think what the clubs can do, or not the clubs, but definitely clubs, UEFA, each country's national football governing body, what they could do is start fining these clubs, start closing,
I
don't
mean, but they they
allowing
already
fans into
do that though.
matches.
They
They
do
don't
that
do it
shit. They
enough.
they do that shit in Greece all the time. In Turkey, they're fucking always playing closed door games and shit. Like sometimes there be title matches that are closed games in these small European countries like Belarus or you know what I'm saying or or whatever. They literally play the championships in closed matches because they know the supporters are gonna go crazy. So they do that already, and but just like you said, I think it's more of a deeper lying issue. It's society. It's not just football, but I'm glad that Raheem Sterling, was on the podium and he used that podium. I'm saying to be like, yo, come on, this shit is enough, bro. Like we've had
Yeah.
enough. You know what? Because I'm not black. I'm Cuban and Dominican. I don't know what it's like to be hated on because of my skin because I look white, like I look Italian and shit. You know what I'm saying? So but I 100% agree with him, and I definitely just wanted to prop him up for standing up for the cause, man. Shout out to Raheem Sterling.
That's right. Gotta
Or
stand up.
let me see where you want to go now. Oh, so I also wanted to talk about. We'll stay in the Premier League. Did you see the Premier League Team of the Week selections by the PFA Awards?
Yeah, I did.
So if this happened a couple weeks ago. I think we're a little late. Sorry, guys. Fuck y'all. Suck it.
Mm.
But so in goalie, it was the Manchester City goalie, Mister Ederson, the Brazilian, right? He had 18 clean sheets, but a lot of people thought that Mr. Allison over there should have
Yeah,
gotten that award.
definitely.
So that was a controversy. On defense, they had Trent Alexander-Arnold, they had Virgil van Dijk, Emerick Laporte, and Robinson. So you had two, actually no, what, three Liverpool defenders back there?
Yeah, three.
TAA, Robinson, and Van Dyke.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's right.
Christ! And y'all still lost the league. You're fucking trash.
The Suns can't believe it. And they only lost
Ah!
one game. One game.
They lost one game, and y'all got three defenders of the year, and you still lost the league. Yo, I'm sorry, son, but yo, that's some shit. I know
Listen,
you're hurt about that.
it
I know it
definitely
stings.
hurts. But a Champions League trophy will ease that pain a lot.
Right, it will. So for the midfield, they had Pogba, Fernandinho, and Bernardo Silva. So these three caused the most consternation on Twitter. And let me just finish the whole team before we talk about it. And the forwards, they have Raheem Sterling, previously mentioned. Oh, another segue because we just talked about. You see, I'm segueing even
That's
without fucking knowing. That's how you do it.
it.
Sterling, Sergio Aguero, and Sadio Mane, the 1/3 of the Golden Boot winner. So Pogba was very controversial. Fernandinho was also controversial. I think Bernardo Silva deserved it because I watched him play a lot. But if you look at the stats, other people may have had, you know, better claims at it. Like a lot of people were mad Allison was left out. A lot of people were mad fucking Hazard was left out.
Hmm.
Harry Kane was left out. He scored 19 goals. Aubameyang, he was a Golden Boot winner, not
Yeah.
there. Mo Salah, not there. So people are like, how the hell did Pogba make it? When he had what? I think he had like 13 goals, I think, and 9 assists, which is good, but most of those came in like a 5 game stretch.
Yeah. I
It's not
mean,
like he was consistent the whole team. And then Fernandinho, historically, he's a great player, but I don't think he was actually as good this year
no.
as he's been. Bro, Idrissa Gana Gueye should have made this team. He's led the league in fucking tackles for like the past 2 seasons, I think. Him and Conte. Him and Conte are right there, neck and neck. How my
Yeah.
man didn't get in, I'm tight as hell about that,
Gay
to
is
be honest with
nice,
you.
but he's an Everton player, so they're not really going to get much love.
Yeah, we don't get no respect out here. That's some bullshit.
But yeah, I think obviously you got to push Sterling in there because
Yes,
he was
Sterling
up
is
for
there.
it.
Right.
I think Aguero. I mean, but this goes to show you how fucking competitive the Premier League
He had
is.
20 goals, yeah, and he
But
didn't even win the Golden Boot.
I think Aguero. You could probably make an argument for leaving out Aguero, Fernandinho, Pogba, and Ederson. But I think
Right.
everyone else in there makes complete
Do
sense.
you agree with Bernardo Silva? You agree?
Yeah,
Because though
definitely.
he only has seven goals, 7 assists. He
Yeah,
didn't play
but
every week, but that's only because they have so many players. But I
he
think he
played a
was a
lot
very
though.
he was an important cog of that team.
He was. I don't think if they didn't have Bernardo Silva, they would not have won the league.
They wouldn't have won
So
the league. Yeah,
he
I
would.
definitely agree with you on that one.
He may not have had all the stats that were there, but if you looked and you just watch the City games, he if him and Sterling were their two best players all season.
Mm. I mean, it's I like yeah. When I saw it, I was like Pogba. I mean, his stats look pretty good, 13 and 9, but he only had 44 tackles, and he's kind of like a CDM. So I would assume that he would have been more of a
Yeah,
difference. But I think it's just more the people that they left out, than the people that they actually picked. Plus, I mean, there's only 11 spots, bro. The Premier League has so many fucking great players, like. There's only
yeah,
11 spots, so somebody is going to get left out. It's like all the All-Star teams, Like last year in the NBA, fucking Damian Lillard gets left out of the All-Star game, and then what does he do? The next game, he drops 40 on Steph Curry to show everybody, look, y'all should have
yep,
picked me. That
that's
happens
right.
all the time, man. That's crazy. I just thought that was pretty funny, man. Who would you like that we haven't mentioned? Who do you think deserved to be in the Premier League team of the year? Like
Well, I
a
think.
couple shouts.
I mean, well, we spoke about Allison, but I think Allison definitely deserved it beyond my Liverpool homerness.
Right.
I think the clean sheets speak for himself, but
Yeah,
I
he
think
he he
Gay.
had he had one more clean sheet, right?
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
one
he
more
had one
clean
more clean
sheet, and it
sheet.
was his first season. He balled out this season, so
Mm.
Allison had a great year. I think Erickson. I
Erickson,
mean, sorry,
right?
Son. Son was another dude. I spoke about him earlier. Son was a dude. I think I can see why he was left off the list, but that's a dude that if you just go off the second half of the season, that dude's on that list.
Right. That's what it is. And also, if you go with, so I believe he only had like 12 goals in the league, maybe 13, but he had another like 10 or like another crazy number during the run-ups in like Champions League and all of that shit. So
Yeah.
I think he might have gotten over 20. I'm not sure. We don't fact check. Fuck y'all, check that shit yourself. But so I think that's
He was
why.
nice though. That's all you
Right,
need
yeah,
to
yeah.
know.
Yeah, he was nice. So and you agree with me with Idris Tagana Gay, right?
Yeah, Gay is he's one of those players that just doesn't get any praises sung about him, but he's nice.
Yo, you know who I thought like deserved it, bro? Ryan Frazier from Bournemouth. Ryan
Interesting.
Frazier was fucking awesome this year, bro. Like I think he finished with like 8 goals and 12 assists. Playing on Bournemouth. Bournemouth isn't like a juggernaut or anything. So this guy week in and week out, and actually he's been linked with bigger clubs too. Like he's not long for Bournemouth. I believe he's English, he's young, he proved himself this year. Also somebody that we talked about on the last show, Ja Moutinho. I think he was awesome, bro. He had a goal, 8 assists, like 100 and something tackles this year. He's one of the main reasons. Him and Raul Jimenez, who also deserved it, I think. But it's just when you don't bang in goals like 20 plus, then you're never going to get it in the Premier League. There's always going to be somebody bigger and better.
That's true. That's the Premier League for you.
shit crazy, bro. I thought that shit was funny. Let me see. Oh, we talked about Mr. Neymar before. So let me did you hear that supposedly he's facing a 3-game Champions League ban
Yeah.
next year because he made a post about like the VAR and refs or whatever.
hmm
So when they lost to Man United, he wasn't playing. Probably because he was out banging his sister, right? But that's allegedly. Don't sue us, right? So yeah, so supposedly they said that he might get a 3-game ban. I don't think that means anything. They blow through the group stages anyway.
hmm
So what's a 3-game ban? They're gonna win the first 3 games anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I just think that this is like another hint at Neymar maybe not being so happy over there at PSG, and those Champions League losses actually starting to get to him.
Yep. I think Neymar's starting to realize he made a mistake. Because even if Neymar balls out, nobody's gonna give a shit if he balls out in France.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, like we said, it's not a high caliber league. I mean, like for him, I think the move to PSG was good for his brand, but it wasn't good for him soccer wise.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know.
Definitely, it was great for his brand, but
And as a matter of fact, another story they said that supposedly he skipped the player awards when Kylian Mbappe was gonna win the Young Player of the Awards, and apparently he was partying with Rihanna that night. So he said, "Fuck my teammate Mbappe, I'm not going to that nigga's award." Most of his other teammates was there. He's like, Rihanna's in France chilling. I'm gonna go fuck with Rihanna. And you know what? I kind of feel him though.
yeah,
I
he
feel
wasn't
him.
winning that award anyway.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
wasn't winning it, right? Fuck it. I'm probably chilling with Rihanna too, bro.
I
I'm gonna,
think
I'm gonna
him and
keep it
Mbappe.
honest.
I think him and Mbappe are boys, so I think it's all love there.
Right, yo. He told him he's like, bro, I'm not winning no awards. I'm trying to smash Rihanna tonight. I'm going to the club, dog. I'll see you, next week in training, right?
hmm
But supposedly it got big in the French media because this isn't the first time that he blew off awards. Apparently, last year he blew off the Ballon d'Or awards to live stream Call of Duty um during the awards. Yeah, so he got paid, I guess, by whatever Call of Duty to live stream him playing it online instead of going to the Ballon d'Or awards because he finished 12th in the voting. Ooh, that might hurt his pride a little bit, son. I don't
Yeah,
know, man. I don't know.
yeah, I think it does.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't really think he's the best player in the world anymore.
Nah,
I don't think so. So, but plus he fucking dives too much. I hate that nigga.
yeah.
What a bitch.
Fuck Neymar.
Anyway, on to another. Probably the last topic because we're about an hour and 2 minutes into the second show. On top of the hour that we did for the first show, so we
That's right.
really did
We
this for
gave
y'all
it to
tonight.
y'all.
We gave it to y'all today. Pause. No. So
Hmm.
I want to talk about. Have you heard that? I know you don't watch Major League Soccer. I know, but I got to end it off with some MLS, right? But this is good news, I think. MLS is going to start paying and receiving solidarity payments and training compensations on transfer fees. So, um, I don't know, the listeners. I don't know like how in tune y'all are with what like solidarity payments and training compensations are. So basically, pretty much every European league, when a player gets sold, so like let's say Kylian Mbappe, right? When he got sold to PSG, every team that he's played for, growing up, basically every academy, every professional club that he's played for gets a solidarity payment or a training compensation for that player. So they get like a percentage point of that transfer. But when you're talking
Mm.
about millions of dollars in guys like Mbappe's case, that shit adds up. And for like these youth clubs that like have to, have to fucking scrounge up money from, anywhere. They have GoFundMe's and all that. Like, you know, that money is actually what keeps them running and what keeps them being able to produce these young talents.
Mm-hmm.
Major League Soccer never bought into that system. So like when a guy like Christian Pulisic gets sold, there's actually a lawsuit that his youth club is trying to get a portion of his Chelsea transfer.
Interesting.
But solidarity payments or training compensations weren't around when he got sold.
Yep.
It also happened with like Tyler Adams and and all of that stuff like that. So basically now going forward, MLS, since they're more in the transfer market now, right? They're selling players. They're selling, guys like
Yeah.
Miguel Almiron and Tyler Adams and a lot of young Americans going out. Chris Richards, who went to Bayern, Alphonso Davies, who went to Bayern. They're like, yo, you know what? We want some of these fucking monies. Like, they're like, you know
Yeah.
what? We want in. So they're gonna actually start paying and receiving solidarity payments. But
That's
here's the
good.
catch. Here's the catch. They're only doing that on foreign transfers. They're not going to do it when, like, let's say a Major League Soccer team buys a player from USL,
Mm.
which is weird, right? Like that's like it's weird to me because that seems like MLS is just being a dick. They're being not a dick, but they're playing hardball with the other lower leagues in America. They already don't have pro rel, so they don't want to contribute money to these teams, coffers to be able to better themselves because then that's competition for the league and uh
Yeah, I
more
can
of a
see that.
voice for pro rel. So a lot of people are kind of like iffy about it. Like, yeah, it's good that we're going to start getting and paying these fees, but why is it only on foreign teams? Why can't we do it, within? Which is a little weird. What do you think about that?
I mean, the way they do, I know the way they do it in England, similar to that kind of, I think would be like tribunal fees, where like if the player is a certain age, is under a certain age, it goes to like a committee that decides the fee. So I think something like that. I think because I think ultimately I think it is these guys, these clubs, the same reason we were just saying these smaller clubs want a piece of that. I think that the same. You can't just say it goes for one club or one
Right,
circumstance and
and
not the
not
other.
another. Right.
So I think you gotta find a way to do it
Well, so
that way. And I think a tribunal could be a nice way to
like
figure that
like
out.
like a nice compromise, right? Well, so
Yeah,
there's two current
like
lawsuits.
arbitration type
Right,
deal.
yeah. So there's two current lawsuits, I believe. The Total Soccer Show actually did a whole show about this topic. They spoke to a lawyer that like he's a soccer fan. I forgot his name. He likes the Sounders. But he writes for the Athletic, and he did he researched all this shit. So I think there's two current lawsuits. I think there's one from Christian Pulisic's team, and I also think that there's another one from FC Dallas because FC Dallas one got zero money from when they sold up Weston McKennie to Schalke. Now he's worth about $30 million. And
Dang.
so basically he came up in their academy. He refused to sign a professional contract with MLS and he just instead went over to Germany. It also happened with Chris Richards from FC Dallas. He's also one of their products, and he went to Bayern. But he actually did them a favor, and I believe they got like 1.5 million because I think they convinced him to sign a contract. I think he kind of felt guilty. Of just like leaving the team hanging that he played for, for most of his life.
Yeah.
So, but I think just because MLS is losing a lot of their young kids, they're like, you know what? We need to start doing this shit now. But it's just fucked up that now it's only, the foreign leagues and they don't want to help, the USL, the NASL, and all of that come up because they do take players from those teams. They pay them a little money and then that's it. And then when they get sold on, no, fuck you, you ain't getting nothing. but those teams help to their development, and
I
that's how
know
you grow
the
soccer
game in
in
the country.
America, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's how you get better players from better places, and that's how we get a better national team. So
Yep.
you would think that MLS is so in bed with the USS Soccer Federation that they
Nah.
would see the parallel, but
They want money.
it's all dollar signs to them,
But
unfortunately.
what is crazy to me though is how they can't see the bigger picture. Where if soccer is doing better for our country, then it's obviously going to do better for them. It's only going to increase their product and make their product better. It's like I don't understand it. I don't understand that
Right, but
short
like
sighted.
just like you said, it is very short sighted. But I think MLS is they're just weird because it's a single entity. So the league controls the league rules. Like they control every club. So it's not like it's not like they can kind of have a difference of opinion because essentially the league makes all the rules.
Which is yeah, I understand that, and that's it's whatever. That's the way they set it up. But like, I just can't understand why the league wouldn't want to help out other American leagues because you're the obvious MLS. No one's overtaking the MLS. They have that 20-30 year head start on all the other leagues. So like, I just don't get
Well,
it.
no, because the thing is that everybody is calling for pro rel, pro rel, pro rel, pro rel. But then you have MLS, you have these teams coming in paying these $100 million, buy-in franchise fees, and then the league is like, wait a minute, if we do pro rel, all the teams that just paid this 100 mil are kind of fucked. So those owners are like, nah, chill, bro. Like we not helping nobody out. They have to raise that 100 mil just like we did. No, for real, and that's why things like my Miami SC with David Beckham, he originally when he signed with MLS, he had a clause in his contract where he said if in the future he wants to buy a team, he can pay a fraction of whatever that current
Yeah.
expansion fee is. So like I believe the new teams that just came in paid like 100 mil, and he only paid 25 mil for the team, so that's why Miami SC is not even a team yet. They don't even have a fucking stadium built. They having trouble building in Miami, and people all already hate them.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
But I mean,
Yes.
at the time, it made sense. They wanted Beckham so bad to
Hell
bring
yeah,
eyes to the team that they
David
literally
Beckham
did anything. They
was
literally
huge for that
got
league.
on their knees and fucking blew this guy. They said, yo, listen, we'll give you anything. We'll give you all the money in the world. We'll give you all the fucking contract. You can even have a team for pennies on the dollar. Just come play with us. That's how desperate the league was.
Dude, I'm
But,
pretty sure
but
they gave him like a huge percentage of all his LA Galaxy jersey sales
hell yeah,
too.
he probably got like half of his merch and shit. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you that's where they were back then. That's not the case in point now. So MLS should adapt and they should kind of, release that fucking hold on the league and be like, yo, it's better if we all do well.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously me and you and most fans that love soccer in America, whatever, we want everybody to do well. But I do understand the business part. It just sucks that, it has to be
Yeah.
at the expense of, other local clubs who
Yep.
actually need the money more than MLS. MLS
Yep.
franchises are doing okay.
Yep.
You know what I'm
It's hurting
saying?
these clubs.
It's hurting these other clubs and shit. And those are places where kids, could play for free if they had training compensation from a sale of Weston McKinney
Yep.
or whatever. They could get that kid from Dallas that's like, fuck it, well, I have to pay to play soccer, or I can play basketball for free. I'm gonna
Yep.
play basketball. And
Yep.
then he turns into fucking LeBron James or Zion Williamson. Could you
Mm-hmm.
imagine one of them one-on-one with the goalies? You crazy? Like
That's what
for
we need to
real.
do.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. But yeah, so I kind of just wanted to gauge your thoughts on that shit. And we ended off on like a serious note onto a all kind of jokey joke podcast and all of that shit. But I definitely think it's something important. And if you guys want to know more about it, go to the Total Shocker show. Matter of fact, I'm gonna post a link on Twitter and all of that of the reporter and the article that I read it from because it's really interesting and it's going to be very curious because these lawsuits are currently pending. So we're going to see them play out in real time. You know.
There you
But
go.
anyway, man, yo, another show for y'all, man. Yo, Bijan, once again, bro. Thank you, you know what I'm saying, for taking like 2 hours and some change out of your day to, to talk to me and all of that. I'm gonna probably put up the first episode tonight. I'll save the other one for next week, and we gonna try to link up tomorrow to preview Europa and Champions League.
Let's
Bet.
do it. All right. Much
All right,
love, High
fam.
Press
Yo,
Nation. We'll catch you again soon.
yo, man, it's your boy Elo Stacks. My man Bijan on the Tech End, High Press Podcast. Yo, hit that Twitter, man. High Press Pod 420. Go on YouTube, High Press Podcast. We on SoundCloud too. Although I gotta subscribe on SoundCloud so I could put longer than fucking 30-minute clips and shit. I'll do that eventually. But just catch us on YouTube, man. That's where we get the most traction. Yo, B, I'm out. Be safe over there in Chicago, my nigga. Don't get shot. You know what I'm saying?
Will
Please.
not. I will
Yes, yes.
not.
Stay away from the South Side and stay away from that fucking deep dish pizza. Okay,
That's
please
right.
do me a favor.
Done and done.
All right, bro. I'll holler at you tomorrow.
All right. See you
All right.
guys.